Howdy. I thought I'd just sit down with a cuppa and the camera and have a bit of a yarn. What a great weekend. It was incredible. So nice to meet everyone and have, like, you get obviously the comments on the videos, and Instagram and Facebook and anywhere else you can interact with each other, and they mean everything as well. They're lovely, but there's something about engaging on that personal level and hearing folk express what, and I hope I don't sound like a total wanker saying this, but like what the videos mean to you as a viewer, what they how they inspire you, or how they encourage you, or how they've comforted you, or how they've gotten you through something, or whatever the case may be, whatever it does for you on your personal level, for you to be able to, as a viewer, come and express that, and not just to me but to everyone else that's there that you might watch, to be able to express that personally, but then also as the one on the other side of the camera making the videos, to be able to hear that. If I could just express the best way I can, that's not lost on me, and I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity, but also incredibly thankful, and I appreciate it very much, and it's definitely not wasted on me. All of you that coming up and saying g'day and expressing what the videos mean to you, it's definitely not wasted on me. I don't know if there's any other way to put it. I kind of had it clear in mind when I was thinking about it earlier, but now I'm trying to articulate what I'm saying to the camera, and it's kind of coming out a little bit I hope you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I put a question box up on Instagram just last night, just quickly, and I haven't been able to get out to film a video for the last couple of weeks, just with the lead up of the show, and then the show taking the whole weekend. I've got this week off, so I'm not just going to film a Q&A, but I've also got a trip I've got in mind that I'm going to head off for tomorrow. I'd say tomorrow. I was thinking today, but I think I'll go tomorrow, because I wouldn't mind getting this up tonight, so it doesn't get much fresher than that. And I'll head off tomorrow, go do a bit of a solo trip for a few nights, so I'm looking forward to that. So I thought this week I would just sit down with a cuppa and the camera and just have a yarn, and what better way to do that than to answer a few questions as well. So I haven't really looked at the questions. I kind of just threw it up both on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll just go through and read out some of them now, I suppose. I'll start with Facebook. Stephen Solomon: do you have any plans to go to other states or territories? Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe a better way to answer that is I don't have any plans not to. It's just a matter of opportunity, I suppose, and when I get bored of doing WA, which probably won't happen for a long time, but yeah, absolutely. Hayden Triplet: it was great to meet you. I like how you keep it simple. I appreciate that. It was good to meet you as well, man. What's next for Gus? Any upgrades, updates coming? Oh, I've said this a few times now over the last couple of years that I'd love to get a new roof rack, but whether it happens or not, I don't know. It's all money and time. I would actually like to go down to some 33s too. I wouldn't mind getting rid of the 35s. So that's, these tyres are still almost brand new, the BFGs. I've got about 65 70,000 on them now, and they still almost look brand new. So go figure that one out. But yeah, at some point, probably tyres. Top of the list would be tyres. Probably another. It's not so much for the car; it's more personal, I suppose. But an E-Perb as well. Now that like I want to venture more off solo, more remote, I need to sort out some more comms, whether it be a satellite phone or E-Perb or something like that. Yeah, so that'll probably happen soon as well. Jimmy, did I miss one? No, Jimmy SH. It was great to meet you there, mate. I'll try think of two two questions the next week or so. I haven't gone through these, so I'm just reading them as I go. Appreciate that, Jimmy. It was nice to meet you as well. Thanks for coming. Paul Sweeney. I think I know the answer, but what's your ideal camp spot, coast, bush, river? Oh, I mean my go-to spots are obviously mostly bush. Having said that though, some of those go-to spots I go to, like down around the Boreanut Forest and that, they're right on the coast anyway, so you can bush camp and then just jump in the car and head straight to the coast anyway. I think if I wasn't thinking go-to, I was thinking more ideal. Where's your question gone? Yeah, ideal camp spot. Yeah, I do love the bush. Yeah, well, I don't know. I kind of go back to what I just said though. Like a lot of the beautiful camping spots around WA where sport like that is bush camping right on the edge of coastline. So I suppose it's not too. I don't know. Like I do love going east. I do love going up around the Darling. The Darling's beautiful. So that's all bush. And there's rivers. There's rivers not too far. You're never too far from water. So I guess if I have to narrow it down, I would have to say bush/river. Yeah. Scott Sokolenko. Do you consider yourself a bird nerd? Yeah, definitely. I absolutely love birds. Yeah, definitely a bird nerd, but by no means do I know everything about them. Like I'm still very much learning. It's like every time I go out, I'm learning something still about them. So yeah, definitely a bird nerd. Absolutely. Kelly and I are both bird nerds. Yeah, for sure. Katrina Ness, what is the most common question you get asked? Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue. Probably something to do with Gus, or somewhere to go camping. They're probably the most two common. Yeah. Shane O'Loughlin. Good setup. Proves you don't need all the new gear. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly right. Like I am using some new gear, but it's still quite minimalistic, and you can have new gear, but you don't need everything of all the gear. You can be quite minimalistic still. Nathan Crabber, who annoyed you the most at the full drive show? I don't really have an answer for that. For me personally, if you're going to the full drive show and you're pumping it up on your social media and you're encouraging and drawing everyone out and encouraging everyone to come and to see you and to talk to you and meet you, and if you're doing all of that in the lead up to then only be a grumpy sod with people that want to talk to you, then don't go. It's not fair on everyone that's coming to see you. They want to see you and meet you and annoy you. That's the point. So yeah, no, I don't get annoyed. I absolutely encourage it. Tom Russell, when's the seniors card coming? Since you're a senior driver now. So there's a bit of a running joke on that now. Nathan King was there. Where is it? Let me get it off the car. Hang on. Nathan King was at the show from Florida, and as I was sitting there, he walked up. I think he was handing a couple of these out at the show, and he walked up. It's just a magnet, and he stuck it on the back of the car. So yep. Now I am definitely a senior driver. It's definitely certified. So that's the joke behind that. Katrina Ness, we camp in a very similar style to you without the bells and whistles, but if money was no object, would you change your camping style to include all the bells and whistles? No. no, not at all. The way I camp is um, not so much dictated by budget, it's more dictated by how I want to camp. If there's something that I want, I'll just save for it, or I'll buy it. Money's not really, unless it was like going and buying an $80,000 caravan or something. I can't afford that, but at the same time, I don't really have any desire to anyway. Kelly and I have often talked about just getting a small pop top, little trailer, maybe a little camper. That'll probably be the only real addition that we would change, I think, and maybe even at some point just getting a later model full drive wagon, which would be her car and her daily car, and then the car that we would jump in and if we ever got a camper or a trailer that we would probably tow with. But as far as when it comes to me going out on my own, and I mean even with Kelly as well, we're more than happy just in our tent, or take the swag, and just bought a nice new mattress for our tent as well. It's hopefully on the way soon, so that'll be a nice little addition, just to get rid of our big self-inflatable one, because it's so bulky. So that was like $500 or something I spent just to make our style of camping a little bit more comfortable again, but still keeping it very minimalistic and no bells and whistles. Podge Jenkin, how long do you plan on keeping Gus for, and would you change any part of your setup? No, that's sort of covered that literally just in Katrina's question. I love old mate Gus, and I will likely. That's what I was about to touch on actually. I kind of got distracted. When it comes to Kelly's car, if she ends up with a newer model 4-wheel drive, and say we tow with that or whatnot, I mean even if we don't, we'll still go out with the same tent and the same gear. But old mate Gus will just stay for me, and very much this solo way of camping that you see it now. Nothing will change, no. And I'll keep it for as long as I can, yeah. Mark Smith, do you have a sweet tooth, and if so, what's your poison? I'm not at all surprised to hear that question from you, the dessert king. I'm yet to have you cook for dessert for me yet too, so we're gonna have to sort that out soon. I've got a very big sweet tooth. So yeah, you put it down in front of me and I'll eat it pretty much. It's basically my poison, is everything. That's Facebook done. Let's head to Instagram. Alright, I'll start from the very first one that came in last night. The Travelling Tomo. This is Kip Thompson. What was your favourite part of the 4-wheel drive show? Just meeting everyone, having a yarn, and hearing everyone's stories, and people showing me what they drive, shaking everyone's hands. Yeah, I think that would be, I mean that's ultimately what I'm there for, and what everyone that comes to see us that are there for. Meeting the other guys that are there as well, that are part of the show. It's always good catching up with everyone else too. Mitchell Deer, would you ever do a trip with a group of your followers? Yeah, I did a subscriber day about a year and a half ago now, and that was great. Yeah, it's good. It's hard with. It's hard. There's a couple of things that make it hard, and one of them is, and this is both for a day trip or an overnighter, finding a spot that's big enough to handle such a big volume of vehicles, and that would mean both driving and then also camping as well. because you can kind of have you sort of almost don't have any control over how many come, and then sort of you kind of don't have any control over who might come as well, and so it can get a bit tricky. Kind of, yeah, I kind of have a bit of a cautious approach to that because I don't want anyone turning up that's gonna ruin the day. Yeah, there's a few. In this day and age now, you just need to be aware. Or maybe I'm being a little overcautious. I don't know, but I need to be a little bit mindful of that, just because in this day and age, weird things happen. And I'm the kind of guy that doesn't. I don't want anyone to miss out, so I'd want it to be. I want it to include as many people that can to come, but I just got to get my head around some of those things and figure out a good way to do it. West Oz Weekender. Best tips for someone who wants to start YouTube, and what camera gear are you running? Oh, that's not a bad question. We got asked that on the platform actually. There was lots of answers from everyone on stage that were really good. Pick a niche. So pick something that is gonna sort of stand out. A niche, something that will sort of define you. Be yourself. Just have fun. They're all normal answers and very, very good ones. I think, and I said this from the stage as well. I would it's a slog. YouTube is a real slog, and it's slow. It's very slow. I did, and sometimes now still I do, focus too much on the numbers and the views, the subscribers, the numbers, all the data part of it all. And you can have a video that goes off, and then you can have a video that will bomb, and it's a seesaw. You can't help it. One video will fly, and the other one will just tank. And it's just the nature of the beast. And it's very easy to look at that, and then look at your numbers, feel like you're not growing quick enough, or that you're going nowhere, and you can get very discouraged by that. You need to sort of see the bigger picture, because for me personally, this might not be for everyone, but I found that when I was feeling discouraged, I would try and go harder, and I'd be letting the pressure get to me. I'd be thinking, I'm due for a video this week or this fortnight. I've got to get out and I've got to do something. And as soon as the pressure came in, and I found that I was only going out to film rather than also going out to have fun. And then all of a sudden, I was getting in my own head. Some videos, I'd go out to film and I'd film nothing. The trip would be a complete bust, and I'd come back with no video at all. And it was just a wasted opportunity that I could have otherwise have just gone out and enjoyed camping anyhow. But instead, I got in my head, and it just ruined not only a video, but it ruined a trip as well. There's been quite a few times, and I haven't said this before, there's been quite a few times where I've gone out, and I've gotten in my own head, and I've let the pressure get to me, and I haven't even stayed out. I've just driven straight home, and I could be hours and hours away, but I've just gotten in a bad mental state, and I've let it get to me, and I'll be driving home at 9, 10 o'clock at night for no good reason other than I've just not felt like being out, because I've gotten in my own head and I've just ruined the entire trip for me. So you have to pace yourself. Yeah, you have to go out with the camera, have your fun, do your video, but then also remember to go out without cameras, without any pressure of filming, and just enjoy a camp. Remember that you do camp for the fun of just camping, and not worry about the pressure of having to get a video out, or the numbers and all the other stuff, all the data stuff and that, because if you start focusing on all that, you've instantly lost the battle and you've lost the joy. And I've found that out personally, and even now still sometimes I have to remember, if you wanna still keep enjoying it, you gotta just ignore all that nonsense, and just make a video when you feel like it and have fun with it and just see what happens. As far as camera gear goes, I'm filming you now and I'll take a video with my phone so you can see it. I'm using a Canon G7X. It's a power shot. I bought this it was around 2020 I bought this. I've had it for a couple of years now. Pretty simple. It's just got a microphone on the side. It's not got a massive lens on it or anything. It's a pretty standard camera, but it does do a very nice job of filming, and I'd love to upgrade. At some point I will. I'd love to be a little bit more creative with my depth of focus, and a little bit more creative with my frames and things like that, where this camera's a little bit limited, but at the end of the day it's still doing a pretty good job. And that's basically all I use. I've got a GoPro there, but I don't use it a lot because I can't stand them. I think that GoPros take a lot of the atmosphere out of a video. And then a drone, I've got a Mavic Mini 2, yeah. And that's cool. That's a great little drone. Barnes Electrical WA. Beach or bush? Favourite time of year to camp? I think we probably covered that it's bush. I definitely prefer bush camping. Favourite time of the year would be from that autumn, obviously through winter. I love winter camping, and then coming into spring. I think spring would be my favourite time for camping though, if I had to narrow it down, because obviously everything's in bloom. The birds are all roosting, and you've got incredible wildlife, and all the trees are flowering, and you have just the most incredible sunrises and sunsets too. It's when the sky is just absolutely going off as well. So yeah, that would be my favourite spring, winter through to spring. Yeah. Ryan Tilley, how's Big Gus after 2 years? Do you wish you got something different? No, I definitely don't wish I got something different. I was definitely sold on a TD42 GU, and that's exactly what I wanted, and that's exactly what I got. I've done an alternator. I replaced an alternator, and I had a bit of a rear main that was weeping down into the clutch plate, so it was slipping a little. So I got that sorted. It's going pretty good, man. It's going really good. Yeah, I just turned the key, and it's a little bit grumpy on cold mornings, but then give it 30 seconds and he's all good and fired up, and yeah, just drive it, keep the oil changed, and yeah, put diesel in it and go. It's great. Dads and lads outdoors, what does going bush mean to you? Oh man, it means everything. Like, it's therapy for me. It's how I clear my mind. It's how I recharge my batteries. It's how I reconnect with not just myself, but like just how I stay grounded. I suppose it's cathartic. It's relaxing. It's everything. And then also what you see along the way too. You pick your destinations, and you can see just the most remarkable things that so many people that are on the day-to-day mill, they don't see. They'll never see in their lifetime. And it's a crying shame, because if you can get out to some of these beautiful spots with such incredible nature and ecologies and history, and yeah, they change your life. Some of these places that you go to and these places that you see, they definitely change your life. The appreciation that you can have from going out and seeing the bush, seeing these places, it's everything to me, and I just wish more people could do it. As much as I don't want to see more people out there, I still wholeheartedly encourage everyone to go and just look online. Point of interest, historical site, something like that, a treetop walk, whatever it is. Just pick something and find it on the map and go, alright, done, let's go, let's do that. Ryan Tilley again. What magic mic and what kind of witchcraft editing do you use to capture the sounds of the bush? Man, I actually got asked this at the show too. There's no real secret. I don't do anything extraordinary. Like you've just seen on that question about the camera, this is the only microphone I use to pick up everything that you hear. I suppose maybe the biggest thing is I'm just really careful with when I'm filming and what I'm picking up. I'm very deliberate in what I choose to pick up in the audio, and I'm very deliberate in what I choose to film. And then when it comes to the editing process, it makes it quite easy with editing because I sort of trust in my ability that I have picked up the perfect audio, or the best audio that I could have got, you know, because I'm always listening for birds and things, so it's not hard for me to just wait until I can hear a magpie singing in the background, or a red tail's flying over, or quite often I'll overlay, well, not quite often, that's a lie, but sometimes I might have to overlay audio off another clip into a clip that you're seeing. So there's a little bit of trickery that I might be doing there, but it's honestly not often. Usually like 99% of the time, the sound that you're hearing with the shot you're seeing is exactly what I've recorded while I'm out. And then when it comes, because I put that deliberate effort into it, out there filming, when it comes to the editing process, I just have to listen to everything I've filmed to make sure I've got the best bit of that shot. There's a practice that I've always done, and it's a little bit overkill because a lot of guys only do 4 or 5 seconds, but I do 10. So every frame that you see of a still shot or whatever I might be doing, it's a 10-second shot. And in that 10-second shot, I've made sure that I grab the perfect audio, because then I'll trim it down to about 4 or 5 seconds. Depending on what it is, but that's generally how I do it. So then I know then that with that 10-second grab, I've got at least 5 seconds there that I know is going to be great visually and have the appropriate audio to go with it as well. Apart from that, I'm using simple editing. It's just the iMovie editor, which is just on my MacBook that I've got. MacBook? No, it's the desktop. What's that, iMac? Yeah, I don't even know. And so yeah, really, I just trust in my ability from when I'm out there filming in the first place. That's it, man. That's really all it is. Jezzo Y62, got any big trips planned? Yeah, next year next year we both want to get into some bigger trips, some more stuff up north, and some bigger trips out further east, like way eastern wheat belt, goldfields type area. Brownie patrolling. Favourite sort of music to listen to, more specifically artists. Kind of have a bit of a different playlist for what I'm doing. When I'm at work, I have, because I'm a big metal head, I love metal, so I have heavier stuff playing most likely at work. But then when I'm on the road and I'm in touring mode, I'll quite often have old Aussie rock, all the old In Excess 1927, Hootie Gurus, Midnight Oil, all that sort of Aussie 70s, 80s, 90s Aussie rock, and then obviously heaps of the old, you know, like Slim and Stan Coster and Chad Morgan. I'm a big fan of Kevin Bloody Wilson and Rodney Roots, so I quite often have them on as well. And then sitting around camp, I have bush poetry going a fair bit, just because you can hear a lot more when in the dead of the night with just the campfire going. You can hear what's being said a lot easier, so I quite often have a bit of bush poetry or something on in the background. AFW Car Care, what goals do you have with the channel? Long time supporter, mate, love it. Thanks, man, appreciate that. What goals do you have for the channel? Look, I reckon just really to just keep doing what I do. Make sure I keep the formula. It's how I want them to be done. It's what I would want to watch. The overwhelming thing that I'm told is that it's different, and that it's relaxing, and it's just a different style of video, and that's what they love about it. It's more chilled out, and just sounds of the bush, and no big in your face in the camera, and all the loud stuff. There's plenty of that stuff going on YouTube, and that's exactly what I don't want to be. So the biggest thing for me is just to keep the formula as it is. Has been a slog, like I said before. Like, it's taking its time. It's not exploding. It's not going gangbusters. I'm not blowing up. As long as I'm enjoying it and having fun, that's the main thing. Yeah, September or October 2019. I was down in Wellington Dam. Potter's Gorge. We camped at Potter's Gorge, yeah. Padge 101. How's Alex doing? He's good. Yeah, he's real good. I caught up with Alex, it'd be a month or two ago. Went for a camp, he and I and a few others. Yeah, he's going really well. I think he's quite happy just going camping with no cameras and doing his own thing. I won't get into any of his personal life, but yeah, he's got some wonderful things happening with him and his partner, and they're thoroughly enjoying life, and he seems really, really happy and content and comfortable. Yeah, it was really nice to see him. That's Alex from Intense Off Road, I imagine. Recon Adventures. When you and Recon going camping? Very soon, Jono. Let's do it very soon. I look forward to that. This is a little wander. I'm going to start a podcast where you come on as a guest. Yeah, bloody oath. I'd love that. I'd love to do I've never done a podcast. I'd love to do a podcast. Like, anyone out there that wants to get me on a podcast, let me know. I'm all about it. I'd be keen as. I've had a couple of questions asking me why I'm using a fuel lantern now rather than just LED. That's why I'm using fuel lantern, because it's not LED. I'm over LED. It's LEDs. Yeah, it's convenient. It's easy. Yeah, sure. Like, I still have the LED light. Don't get me wrong, but as far as I'm just giving it a clean because the thing got pretty dirty. It was on display at the Fall Drive show, so it got quite dirty. But the part where I'm sitting around at camp and the fire's going, and I want to have a little bit nicer light around camp. That's where I've got the lantern, because it's just a much nicer light. It's a warmer light, and not the harsh LED light. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's something I've never had before, and yeah, I just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Yeah, it's probably a good way to word it. I enjoy the process of lighting it and having it there burning away at camp. It wasn't a cheap lantern. It's obviously not the oldest you can get, but it was quite hard to find, and it was very expensive. So it's quite special to me. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I'm a bit of a nerd about it, maybe. Yeah. Just stocked up on some tea. Bit of tucker in the fridge, and I reckon I'm ready to go. I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be really good. And I will definitely see you next time when I'm out there. It will be nice. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you then. Bye.